City officials say they have reached a $107 billion budget deal, and one of the main issues it addresses is affordable housing.
Morgan Mackay live by City Hall with more on this agreement and then what the next steps are. Morgan.
Steve and Teresa, look, budget negotiations are never simple, even on a good year. But this year was particularly difficult. Both the mayor and the city council speaker acknowledged, one, because they had to work through some of the funding cuts proposed by the mayor, and two, the ever-growing migrant crisis.
Unlike the Yankees, it was not a perfect game, but we got the win for working class New Yorkers.
Mayor Eric Adams announcing that a $107 billion budget deal has been reached with city council members, growing the city's spending by about $3 billion compared to last year. The deal, reached right before the July 1st deadline, was able to avoid at least some of the major cuts proposed by the mayor.
This has been a difficult process.
The tension between City Council Speaker Adrian Adams and Mayor Eric Adams was visible as the two exchanged a stiff handshake. Speaker Adams acknowledged that negotiations were uniquely challenging this year since much of it was spent on restoring some of the major cuts the mayor had proposed to city services.
While the council's focus this year was to restore cuts to essential services, our city must shift away from this counterproductive budgeting approach and move forward through the lens of expanding upon what New Yorkers need, not what they can do without.
While some of the proposed cuts have been restored, there was at least $29 million in cuts to homeless service providers. Meanwhile, the city had to add funding to deal with a significant migrant crisis. More than 80,000 migrants have arrived in the city since last spring, and now the city is budgeting to spend overall $4.35 billion by next July on migrant aid.
This comes out of New Yorkers, and we are not getting the help that we deserve.
Now, the budget does restore proposed cuts to libraries and museums. It also increases funding to the Fair Fares program. Funding to public schools will be held flat. However, the mayor wouldn't confirm if there might be cuts later in the year.
There is no desire to do so. There's no guarantees in life. There's no desires to do so.
Now, city council members are going to start voting on this budget tomorrow. That budget is due on July 1st. Reporting outside City Hall, I'm Morgan Mackay. Steve and Teresa, back to you.